वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोकैर्भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा dear devotees, you are welcome for continuity of our Bhakti Shastri studies of Srimada Bhagvatam, 3rd canto. We are in chapter 13, the appearance of Lord Varahadev. So, Lord Varahadev appeared for basically bringing the Mother Earth from depth of the Garbhodak ocean, that Brahma can restart creation. So Varahadev is called action-oriented incarnation. So we are in this section from verse number 34 to 45. Almost say there are 11 verses in which the sages from the higher planets, when there is a devastation in the night of Brahma, which is called Nitya Pralaya, only Bhur Swa, these three planetary systems, they are submerged in water of devastation. The upper four planetary system, Janlok, Mahalok, Taplok, Satyalok, they are not affected at that time. So these are the rishis from those planets. They are offering prayers to Lord Varahadev. So these are different type of pralaya, which we have discussed in an earlier unit. 4 types of pralaya. Say Kal, Dravya, there are different names for these in a different language. In a 12th canto also there are 4 type of inhalation or pralaya: Nitya, Naimittik, Atyantik and Mahapralaya. Mahapralaya means Brahma's 100 years are over. And Atyantik means when somebody is liberated. Nitya means every day. When we sleep, actually it is like everything is finished. So every day there is something going away from us regularly. So anyway, so we are at the verse number 41, and this verse, the rishis are praising the Varahadev carrying the Mother Earth on his front tip of the tusk. So now just imagine how big is Earth. So that big Earth is like a flower on the tusk of an elephant. So as compared to the Earth, the Varahadev's transcendental body was many times bigger. So who can really lift the Earth? Only Supreme Lord, and He can float the Earth on the water, or He can float the planets in the sky by His own potency. So when they saw the earth on the tusk, they are offering prayers to this action of Lord Varadev of lifting Mother Earth. Bhumandalena attadata dhritena te chakasti shrangodha ghanena bhuyasa kulachala indrasya tathaiva vibhramaha. There's a first line also. Trayamayam. Trayamayam means you are the form of three Vedas. Trayamayam. Rupam idam cha saukaram. Your form of boar is actually the personification of three Vedas. Bhumandala ena attadata dhritena. And you are carrying this Bhumandala. Where data? On your tusk. Chakasti shranghoda ghanena bhuyasa. Now there is a analogy. Varahadev is like a big mountain and earth is like a cloud. When cloud is on the mountain, mountain become beautiful. So this third line is an analogy. Kula chalendrasya tatheva vibhramaha. Vibhramaha, decoration. So, O Lord, as the peak of the great mountain become beautiful when decorated with clouds, your transcendental body has become beautiful because of your lifting the earth on the edge of your tusks. So analogy is there. And Srila Prabhupada writes, the word Vibhrama is significant, which means illusion as well as beauty. So Vibhrama has two meanings, illusion and beauty. Here it is taken as a beauty. When the cloud rests on the peak of the great mountain, it appears to be sustained by the mountain. It means mountain is carrying the cloud. And at the same time it looks very beautiful. Similarly, Lord has no need to sustain the earth on his tusk. He simply says, oh, let earth come out, it can come. But when he does so, the world becomes beautiful just as the Lord becomes more beautiful because of his pure devotees on the earth. So because the devotees, pure devotees will appear on the earth, they will glorify the Lord. So this earth on the tusk of Lord is more beautiful. Actually, earth is a wife of Supreme Lord, Bhudevi. So it's like Varadev and earth, they are like husband and wife actually. And they have the son, Gomasur. So although the Lord is transcendental personification of Vedic hymns, Trai Veda Rupa, he has become more beautiful because of his appearance to sustain the earth. Chakravarti Pad directly says, just as the earth appears beautiful when Lord by you appear beautiful then embraced by your devotee the earth. The Lord has the beauty of a huge mountain, Kulachalendrasya, with a cloud held on its tusk. So cloud is earth and Lord is compared to the mountain. Next verse says, O Lord, for the residential purpose of all inhabitants, both moving and non-moving, this earth is your wife, and you are the Supreme Father for all living entities. We offer our respectful obeisance unto you, along with Mother Earth, in whom you have invested your own potency. Just as an expert sacrificer put fire in the arani wood. Arani wood is that there's a one piece of wood which is put below, and the another piece of wood put on the top of that, and the upper wood is churned by the sacrificer and the fire comes out. So arani is a wood in which fire is produced by the expert sacrificer. So this is an analogy. Now any verse is coming in your mind when you have invested your own potency in Mother Earth. Any verse somebody is memorizing? Yes?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes?
Prabhuji, does it have to be earth only? Because Namna Nakari Bhauta is Sarvashakti. Basically, your holy name is.
No, exactly earth is there. I am just looking for the verse for earth.
Okay. Okay. I don't know about earth.
Well, I give you a hint. This is from Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter. Gama Vishyanja Bhutani Dharyami Aham Ojsha. Gama means Mother Earth. Pushrancha. So Gama is there. By my potency, the earth is in its orbit. Right? So this is the way really to refresh our mind when we see somewhere something, how it is related with the references which we have already studied in the books, then you can correlate all those. One can be used for the other purpose. And when we give class or when we discuss, then we have now more than one reference. Now Srila Prabhupada's purport on the potency. So he says, well, law of, so-called law of gravitation which sustains the planet is described herein as the potency of the Lord. So Newton got this law. Before Newton, the apple were flying in the sky, not coming down. So this law was already existing, and that law is the potency of the Lord. This potency is invested by Lord in the way that an expert sacrificial Brahman puts fire in the urni wood by potency of Vedic mantra. So this is analogy. By this arrangement, the world becomes habitable for both the moving and non-moving creature. The conditioned souls who are resident of the material world are put in the womb of the Mother Earth, in the same way as the seed of the child is put by the father in the womb of the mother. This conception of Lord and the earth as a father and mother is explained in Bhagavad Gita 14.4. What is 14.4? Mahad Brahma Garbham Dadami Aham Sarva Yoneshu Konteya Bhavanti Murtya Bhavanti Sambha Bham Mahad Yonir Bija Pradapita. That is the verse. Conditioned souls are devoted to the motherland. Now Prabhupada is giving a sort of say a principle. Conditioned souls are devoted to the motherland in which they take their birth. But in some other places, it is condemned to simply think of the land as a worshipable in a Bhagavatam. Prabhupada quotes that up in time. But here Prabhupada is making another point. But they do not know their father. The mother is not independent in producing children. Similarly, material nature cannot produce living entities, living creature, unless in contact with the Supreme Father, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Srimada Bhagvatam teaches us to offer obeisance unto the mother along with father. This verse. The Supreme Lord, because it is the father only who impregnates the mother with all energies for sustenance and for maintenance of all living entities, both moving and non-moving. So, Chakravarti Padre, he asks the question, please tell me what you desire. If Lord Vara is telling them, please tell me what you desire, then the sages say, fix the earth your wife, the mother of the universe, in order to provide a place for the being to live, Lokaya, since you are the father. Thus, let us offer respect to mother along with you, the father. So Prabhupada's point is, we should not only think of mother, say motherland as worshipable, but also we should always think of father. In the earth you have deposited your Shakti Swatejasa, just as the perform of sacrifice invest fire in the Arni stick. This is the verse number 43.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji, at this stage, do we know, are we praying to the Shvetavara or we are praying to Neelavara, or there is no difference? I mean,
Basically speaking, exactly these prayers are to the Vara Devi. Doesn't actually say here which Vara, but next chapter speak of Neel Vara, because they are asking about killing of Hiranyakashipu, which was Neel Vara. So there is Neel Vara. But since here this Vara appeared from the nostrils of the Brahma, so this is a Svet Vara Kalpa, and most of this chapter, the section of the verses were describing Svet Vara. Only 3 verses were describing Neel Vara. So it thinking of another purport, which says sometime Brahma could not see at that time anything. It means other upper systems were also underwater. So here the other planetary sages are there offering prayers. Therefore it appears that this is more like Chakshus Manvantar, because that was a untimely transient annihilation. Because this 51 year and first day of Brahma, there is a purport by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur which says this is because the new second half of Brahma's life, at that time all the planets were actually submerged, therefore even 4 Kumara was not seen. All the sages were not seen at that time. So more it appears to be Neel Vara.
But Bhaumasur is also son of Neelvara. Bhaumasur.
So
Can we say that?
yeah, if you know he is the son of Neel Vara, so mostly then it is the description of Neel Vara.
Thank you.
Neel Vara is sometimes also called Rakt Vara, red. I don't know, next chapter will say Rakt Vara, Neel. More or is it Rakt Vara when he has some red marks on his face when he was killing Hiranyakashipu. At that time he has some red marks, so he may be called Rakt because of that. But there is a word Rakt Vara also. Who else but you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, could deliver the earth from within the world? It's not very wonderful for you, however, because you acted most wonderfully in the creation of the universe. By your energy, you have created this wonderful cosmic manifestation. So lifting earth from the Garbha ocean or lifting Govardhan by Krishna, they are not extraordinary. This he can float so many planets. It is just his beautiful and sweet leelas. Srila Prabhupada's purport, when the scientists discover something impressive to the ignorant mass of people, the common man without inquiry accepts such a discovery as wonderful. So Prabhupada is speaking about the astonishment by Varahadev and comparing with the scientist. But the intelligent man is not struck with wonder by such discoveries. Why? Because he gives all the credit to the person who created the wonderful brain of the scientist. A common man is also struck with wonder by the wonderful action of the material nature. and he gives all credit to the cosmic manifestation. The learned Krishna conscious person, however, knows well that behind the cosmic manifestation is the brain of Krishna. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Maya Dikshana Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam. Since Krishna can direct the wonderful cosmic manifestation, it is not at all wonderful for him to assume the gigantic form of boar and thus deliver the earth from the mire of the world. A devotee is therefore not astonished to see the wonderful boar, because he knows that Lord is able to act far more wonderfully by his potencies, which are inconceivable to the brain of even a most erudite scientist. We glorify your pastime, which is hard for others to understand, O Lord. Other than you, who would desire to do this act of lifting up the earth? Who can do that? Nobody else. This Bhavartha Deepika is Sridhar Swami's commentary. This is in Sanskrit. Mostly Sridhar Swami is extracting from this. The Subodhani is Vallabhacharya's commentary. Verse number 44. O Supreme Lord, undoubtedly we are inhabitant of the most pious planet, the Jana, the Tap and Satyalok. But still we have been purified by the drops of water sprinkled from your shoulder hair by the shaking of your body. So some water fell down on earth and kush grass actually appeared from Varadev. And when he was shaking his shoulders, then water is sprinkled on the body of these inhabitants of higher planets, which is like Ganga water, Prabhupada writes. It's like Ganga. So ordinary body of hog is considered impure, but this Lord's body is most pure. Inhabitant of Jan, Tap and Satya Lok are the most pious person in the material world. But because those planets are situated in material world, there are so many material impurities there also. Therefore, when the drops of water from the tips of Lord's shoulder hair were sprinkled upon the bodies of the inhabitants of the higher planets, they felt purified. Ganga water is pure because it is emanating from the toes of the Lord. There is no difference between the toe water emanating from the toes or that from the tip of the hair of the shoulder of Vara. They both are absolute and transcendental. Chakravarti Pad says, lifting earth is not astonishing for you, but it is astonishing for us that on the pretext of earth falling into the water, you have been merciful to us by making us successful, by giving up the nectar of water touching your body, whose drops reach up to us. So we got a nectar by your this action. Last verse of the period. O Lord, there is no limit to your wonderful activities. Anyone who desires to know the limit of your activities is certainly nonsensical fool. Everyone in this world is conditioned by the powerful mystic potencies. Please bestow your causeless mercy upon these conditioned souls. Srila Prabhupada's purport: mental spiritual who want to understand the limit of the unlimited are certainly nonsensical. Every one of them is captivated by the external potencies of the Lord, which means Maya. The best thing for them is to surrender unto Him, knowing Him to be the inconceivable. For thus they can receive the causeless mercy. So when Srila Prabhupada is writing this para, every one of them is captivated by maximum potency of Lord. The best thing is for them is to surrender to the Lord, knowing Him to be inconceivable. they receive causeless mercy. Is some verse similar is coming in your memory?
Bahunam Janmanamante.
Huh?
Bahunam Janmanamante.
Bahunam Janmanam Mante.
Jnanavan man prapadyate Vasudevam Sarvamiti Samanasmiti.
But there is no actually external potencies, the captivated, that part is not there. There must be something about material energy is very difficult, therefore surrender. Yeah, this is the verse. Deviye Gudamai Mamaya Durte. This prayer was offered by the inhabitant of the higher planetary system, namely Jantap and Satyalok, who are far more intelligent and powerful than humans. Vishwam Samastam is very significant here. There are the material world and the spiritual world. Vishwa Samastam means all the creation actually. So sages pray, both the worlds are bewildered by your different energies. Those who are in the spiritual world are absorbed in your loving service, forgetting themselves and also you. So they are covered by Yoga Maya. And those in the material world are absorbed in a material sense gratification and therefore also forget you. So they are bewildered by Maya and they don't know you. No one can know you because you are unlimited, and it is best not try to know you by unnecessary mental speculation. Rather kindly bless us so that we can worship you with causeless devotional service. So both are bewildered. The example you can give, when Vasudeva was carrying Krishna, baby Krishna, whole Mathura was covered by Mahamaya. So they cannot notice him. And the whole Gokul was covered by Yoga Maya. Therefore they cannot also see the Vasudeva and Supreme Lord. So both were covered. Now the mother Yashoda was not knowing that Krishna is God, and when Putana came, she did not notice that she is demoness. She thought, oh, there's a great, some demigoddess came. So this bewilderment of Yashoda and Rohini is Yoga Maya, not Mahamaya. So these are the two different examples to understand this. How much can we describe your pastime? Though we have knowledge, we do not know the completely even a drop of ocean of your pastime. Others are more unfortunate. It means higher planet system, they think we don't know, so how can we say? So we are more unfortunate. He who thinks he knows the limit of activities of you, the limited, unlimited is foolish. Jivas bewildered by Maya may not know you, but by my devotees beyond Maya, such as Narad should know me, the Lord is saying. In answer, sages answer by saying that those in the spiritual realm are bewildered by Yoga Maya, and those in the material world are bewildered by ignorance or mixture of the gunas. Guna Yoga, which means Gunamai, Maya with three modes of material nature. By your spiritual devotees are bewildered by Yoga Maya, since they are submerged in your sweetness. The other material jivas are bewildered since they are submerged in material happiness and suffering. Thus who can know you? Know the end of your activities. Therefore, please mercy. Now the last part, the section says, Lord returns to his abode and Phalshruti. So in 2 verses, Lord is going back to his abode, and 3 verses, the benefit of describing and hearing this pastime. Maitreya is saying, Maitreya said, Lord, being thus worshipped by all the great sages and transcendentalists, touched the earth with his hooves and placed it on the water. The earth was placed on the world by his inconceivable potency. The Lord is all powerful and therefore he can sustain huge planet either on the world or in the air as he likes. The tiny human brain cannot conceive how these potencies of Lord can act. Man can give some vague explanation of the law by which such phenomena are made possible. But actually the tiny human brain is unable to conceive the activities of Lord, which are therefore called inconceivable. Yet the frog philosophers still try to give some imaginary explanation. Being praised and served by the sages, the boar placed the earth on the top of a wall which had been attacked by his hooves. Water was attacked by his hooves. This shows the bestowal of the supporting Shakti to the earth. Avita means protector. Now, in this manner, personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, the maintainer of all living entities, raised the earth from within the water, and having placed it afloat on the water, he returned to his own abode. The personality of Godhead Vishnu descended by his will to the material planet in his innumerable incarnation for particular purpose, and again he goes back to his own abode. When he descends, he is called an avatar, because avatar means one who descends. Neither the Lord himself nor his specific devotees who come to this earth are ordinary living entities like us. Now Shruti Phal. Yaenametam harimedaso harihe katham shubhadram kathaniya mainaha. Maina here means mercy. Shranavitaha bhaktiyaha sarveyeta yoshatim. Vyoshatim. Sarvete means making other to hear. Janardhanau asyashoho hriday prasidati. The Supreme Lord will be pleased with them. If one hears and describes in the devotional service attitude this auspicious narration of Lord Bore, which is worthy of description, the Lord who is within the heart of everyone is very pleased. Now here there are few other words in the Sanskrit which are very clear here. The Lord whose intelligence destroys the material suffering of the devotees. Medasa and Hari. Medasa means intelligence. The Lord's intelligence destroys material suffering of devotee, and who possesses praiseworthy mercy, my name, is easily pleased in his mind with the person who hears and let other hear this auspicious pleasing story of the Lord. So these are the benefit of hearing the Vara Katha. In his various incarnations, Lord appear, act and leave behind his narrative history, which is as transcendental as he himself. Every one of us is fond of hearing some wonderful narration, but most stories are neither auspicious nor worth hearing because they are of the inferior quality of material nature. Inferior quality of material nature means mode of ignorance and passion and even goodness. Every living entity is of superior quality, which means he is a Parashakti, a spirit soul. Nothing material can be auspicious for him. Intelligent person should therefore hear personally and cause others to hear the descriptive narration of Lord's activities, for that will destroy the pangs of material existence. Out of his causeless mercy, my name, only the Lord comes to this earth and leaves behind the merciful activities so that the devotees may derive transcendental benefit. So anybody has some verse coming in the mind? Everybody knows this verse as far as I judge. Shurvatam
Bhagavatam Krishna Punya Shravan Kirtan.
Shurvatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Sharvana Kirtana. Yeah, this is what if we hear any katha of the Krishna, when we say Krishna actually in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, where the what's called Paribhasha Sutra of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is, what is Paribhasha Sutra of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu? What is Paribhasha Sutra of Bhagavatam?
Anya Abhilashita Shunya.
या अन्य अभिलाषिता शून्यम ज्ञान कर्म आदि अनावृतम अनुकूलेन कृष्णानु शीलनम भक्तिरूपम. This is a paribhas sutra of the nectar of devotion. Paribhas sutra of Bhagavat is Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Yeah, that is the paribhas sutra, or the private verse. A whole book is centered on that. Whatever the meaning comes, we have to ultimately come to that point. So, in that verse, Anya Abhilashita Sunyam, Krishna means Krishna and all his incarnations. Krishna includes his all energies and pure devotees. So, Krishna is all inclusive. Therefore, hearing Krishna Katha or Varaha Katha, there is no difference in one sense. Because everything is Krishna. Keshav Dhrita Sukar Rupa Jai Jagdish Hare. We have read. So, Hari Medhasa means of the Lord whose intelligence Medhasa destroy Hari, the material life of the devotee. Kathanya Mayanaha means the Lord who has mercy, Maya, which should be praised. So yesterday we read the three meanings of Maya, right? Did we yesterday read some three meanings of
Mercy, knowledge and Maya.
Mercy, knowledge and Maya, and free from ignorance, something Anamaya. Anamaya means free from ignorance. So there's a fourth meaning Chakravarti Pada has given, right? So here this meaning is Maya means mercy. Like mother is called Maya Mai Mata. Mother is merciful. It can also mean, the other meaning of my name is of the Lord who has Swarup Shakti, which should be praised. Swarup Shakti of Lord is actually, Bhakti is a Swarup Shakti of Lord, which should be praised. He should similarly make others hear. Next verse of the Shruti Pal. Nothing remains unachieved when the Supreme Personality of God is pleased with someone. By transcendental achievement, one understands everything else to be insignificant. One who engages in transcendental loving service is elevated to the highest perfectional stage by the Lord Himself, who is seated in everybody's heart. When we see the last line of this, then the common verse which is also quoted in the purport, what do you guess? One who is engaged in transcendental loving service is elevated to the highest perfectional stage by Lord Himself. Any verse which is the verse is in the purport, anybody can guess? Here it is.
Tesham Satadayutta.
Yes.
Tesham Satakirtanam Vajatam Preti Paratam Sadani Buddhi.
Yena mam upayanti te. Lord gives intelligence. Actually, Buddhi Yoga is not Buddhi. Buddhi Yoga means devotional service. To the pure devotees so that they may be elevated to the highest perfectional stage. It is confirmed here and there. A pure devotee who constantly engage in the loving service of Lord is awarded all knowledge necessary to reach the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For such devotee, there is nothing valuable to be achieved but the Lord's service. If one serves faithfully, there is no possibility of frustration, because Lord Himself takes charge of the devotee's advancement. Lord is seated in everyone's heart, and He knows the devotee's motive and arranges everything achievable. In other words, pseudo devotees who is anxious to achieve material gains cannot attain the highest perfectional stage, because Lord is in knowledge of His motive. One merely has to become sincere in his purpose, and then the Lord is there to help in every way. So ultimately, Lord smells the desire from within the heart of a conditioned soul. And there is an analogy given in Bhagavad Gita from the some Upanishad mantra. Anybody remember that? How Lord knows something, some desire within the heart of a conditioned soul. The example given in Bhagavad Gita purport is fragrance of the flower by proximity. You remember this example? Now it's coming your mind. Proximity. Flowers fragrance will enter into the nostrils because of proximity. There is no so whatever is in our desire, Lord can smell that because He is very near to us by proximity, and then He acts accordingly. And this is the whole mechanism actually. When we want to worship some demigod don't know that we are worshipping him. He is the Lord who lives in our heart. He knows that, and He tells to the demigod in his heart also He is living, that He is worshipping you for so and so desire. So you fulfill this desire. So this is the way Lord works as a super soul. Okay, Hare Krishna. Fragrance of a flower because of proximity. This is some purport in Bhagavad Gita. Now the last verse of this chapter. Who other than one who is not a human being can exist in this world and not be interested in the ultimate goal of life? Who can refuse the nectar of narration about the personality of Godhead's activities, which by itself can deliver one from all material pangs? So, the narration of activity of personality of Godhead is like a constant flow of nectar. Katha Shuddha. Katha Shuddha means nectar. No one can refuse to drink such nectar except one who is not a human being. Devotional service to Lord is the highest goal of life for every human being, and such devotional service begins by hearing. So now Prabhupada is actually making a very important point, that hear Krishna Katha or hear the pastime of